November 24th, 1971. A man calling himself Dan Cooper boards Northwest Orient Airlines Flight 305. He orders a bourbon and soda, lights a cigarette, and then calmly informs a flight attendant that he has a bomb in his briefcase. What unfolds next is one of the most audacious and baffling crimes in American history, leaving behind a mystery that has endured for over half a century. But this isn't just a story about a heist. This is a story that pushes the boundaries of human endurance and challenges our understanding of physics. Could the disappearance of one man hold the key to a scientific enigma? This is the mystery of D.B. Cooper. The plan was deceptively simple. Cooper demanded $200,000 in unmarked $20 bills and 4 parachutes. Upon receiving his demands in Seattle, he released the passengers. The plane then took off again, destination, Mexico City, but they would never arrive. Somewhere over the dense, unforgiving wilderness of southwestern Washington, under the cover of a raging storm and the black of night, D.B. Cooper did the unthinkable. He lowered the aft staircase of the Boeing 727 and, with the money strapped to his body, jumped into the void. He was never seen again. The immediate question wasn't just where he was, but if he could have even survived. To understand the sheer audacity of this act, we must first turn to the laws of physics. The plane was flying at an altitude of 10,000 feet. At this height, the air is thin and brutally cold. Without specialized gear, the temperature would have been around -7 degrees Fahrenheit, with a wind chill making it feel closer to -70. Hypothermia would have set in within minutes. Survival in these conditions, even for a moment, is a monumental challenge. Then, there's the jump itself. The aircraft was traveling at approximately 200 miles per hour. Leaping into a wind stream of that velocity is like being hit by a solid wall. The force would be disorienting, violent, and capable of ripping the parachute from an inexperienced jumper's grasp. As he fell, he would have quickly reached terminal velocity, the maximum speed an object can attain during free fall. For a human body in a standard skydiving position, this is about 120 miles per hour. Cooper was falling through freezing, turbulent air in total darkness at the speed of a Category 3 hurricane. The FBI launched one of the most extensive manhunts in its history. They codenamed it NORJAC, for Northwest Hijacking. Hundreds of soldiers scoured the dense forests of the Pacific Northwest, a search grid plotted based on the flight path, wind speed, and drift calculations. They looked for a body, a parachute, a briefcase, anything. They found nothing. The search area itself was a puzzle. Pinpointing the exact jump zone was nearly impossible due to the storm and the variables of the fall. Imagine dropping a single grain of sand into a vast, rugged forest from 2 miles up. That was the scale of the challenge. Years turned into a decade. The trail went cold. The legend of D.B. Cooper, the gentleman bandit who defied the odds and vanished, began to grow. Then, in 1980, a young boy named Brian Ingram, digging a fire pit on a sandy bank of the Columbia River, stumbled upon a decaying bundle of cash. The serial numbers were a perfect match. 3 packets, totaling $5,800 of Cooper's ransom money. The discovery electrified the case, but only deepened the mystery. The money was found miles downstream from the projected jump zone. How did it get there? Did Cooper lose some of it during the jump? Did he land in the river and drown, the money washing ashore years later? Or did he bury it, intending to return, only to meet his fate elsewhere? This single piece of evidence spawned 2 primary conflicting theories, each with its own compelling logic. The first is the theory of his demise. Proponents argue that the odds were insurmountably stacked against him. An inexperienced jumper in a storm at night, with inadequate gear, jumping into a rugged wilderness. Survival was a statistical impossibility. The discovered money, they claim, is proof. It likely washed down from a tributary near where Cooper's body lay, undiscovered, in the vast wilderness. The FBI officially leaned towards this conclusion, believing Cooper perished in the attempt. He was a reckless amateur, not a criminal mastermind. But then there's the other theory, the perfect escape. This narrative paints Cooper as a highly skilled professional, perhaps a former paratrooper or special forces operative with experience in high-altitude, low-opening, or halo jumps. He knew the 727's unique capabilities, including the aft staircase that could be opened mid-flight. He chose his drop zone carefully, a remote area he may have known well. In this version of events, he landed safely, buried or lost a small portion of the money, and simply walked away, melting back into society with a new identity and a small fortune. He was a ghost, a phantom who executed his plan flawlessly. He didn't just survive, he won. The evidence left behind is tantalizingly scarce. Aside from the money, the only physical clue Cooper left on the plane was a black J.C. Penney clip-on tie. Decades later, citizen scientists using an electron microscope discovered something incredible on it. Hundreds of thousands of particles of rare earth elements, including pure titanium and cerium. These particles are rare in the general environment, but were common in very specific, high-tech aerospace manufacturing facilities in the 1970s, like Boeing's own plants or their subcontractors. Was D.B. Cooper an engineer, a manager, a disgruntled Boeing employee who knew the plane inside and out? This discovery didn't solve the case. It just added another layer of complexity, another ghost in the machine. So, where does that leave us? Trapped between two realities. In one, a man's body lies broken and lost to time in the vast Washington forests, a testament to a fatal miscalculation. In the other, an old man might be living somewhere right now, occasionally smiling at the memory of a cold, dark night when he pulled off the impossible and stepped out of a plane into legend. The physics of the jump suggests death. The tantalizing clues and the absence of a body suggest a master plan. The case of D.B. Cooper is more than just an unsolved crime. It's a thought experiment about the limits of human possibility. It forces us to confront the boundary between calculated risk and pure chance, between scientific certainty and the enduring power of a mystery. He exploited a loophole in aviation security, but he also seemed to find a loophole in reality itself, disappearing through a crack in the fabric of the known world. Did he solve the equation of survival against all odds, or was he just another victim of gravity's unforgiving pull? Perhaps we will never know, and perhaps that is the point. The mystery endures, not in spite of the lack of answers, but because of it. Thank you for joining us on this journey into one of history's greatest unsolved cases. What do you think happened to D.B. Cooper? Let us know in the comments below. And for more investigations into the world's most mind-bending truths, make sure to subscribe to Veritas Vex. We'll see you in the next mystery.